And we were already talking about the fact that you made it from the IPP to the practice squad. How was this NFL season for you?
A lot of new things. I learned a lot. Of course, I never played at such a high level or even anything close to it. Of course, we play football over here, but those guys, they played in college, and um, even none of us wants to admit it, but it still is a different level. And I had to learn a lot, but I feel way better and more confident now. So we will see what next training camp or next season holds for me.
So what's the most what's the biggest difference, and what did you learn the most? Like what would you say what was the key fact?
Um, I mean, at the end of the day, football comes down to basics, and those guys just have way more reps under their belts. When it comes to pad level or throwing the hands, stuff like that, which is not really something you see on TV. Of course, you see the big catches and I don't know, the hard tackles. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the basics, and I had to learn a lot. I had to make up a lot of reps that those guys already had. And of course, body size and speed is just different. Over here, you have a couple guys that are tall, you have a couple guys that are big, and a couple guys that are fast. But over there, everybody's big and fast. Even O line and D line can run and are super strong too. So that was something I had to get used to. But I myself, and also that's the reason. Like the IPP does a really good job of picking guys that if they put the work in, they have the body to succeed. So every one of those guys that got allocated last year has the potential to make it to a 53-man roster or even more. Um, and yeah, that's something like to keep in the back of the head, and don't forget why you're here, why you have to make up so much. But yeah, it's been a ride, and I'm glad I'm able to do this. And yeah.
Well, we have two ELF player joining the IPP this year, or basically, yeah, well, going to the States this month. Um,
Mhm.
what will they experience there?
They have a different location this year, so maybe the program will be run a little bit different. I'm not so sure. I'm gonna be over there at some point sooner than later. I'm gonna get to meet all those guys. I'm really excited for the next generation, basically, of the IPP. Um, but it's gonna be a hard 10 weeks. I think they are 10 weeks again, just like
Yeah.
we did. So it's gonna be hard. It's training every day. It's just football, and that's something new for all of those guys. But it's important that they have this experience right now, because when you get allocated to an NFL team, that's what your job is, right? You have
Yeah.
to focus on football every day, and so that's also a reason they designed the program like that, so they can see, okay, who can do it for 10 weeks, and who doesn't get tired, who still works disciplined. And yeah, but it's going to be tough, that's for sure.